Let's give some credit to Angel Reese because when the season started, her shooting percentage was awful. She wasn't doing well from the field. She got a lot of rebounds, but at the end of the day, it didn't translate into baskets. And people wonder, like, has she improved? Has she gotten better as a basketball player? Ever since June 22nd, look at these numbers. I know that was 27% from the field, but 50%, 43.8. Remember, league average in the WNBA from the field is below 45%. She's been fantastic. I mean, I can't say enough. The point forward strategy from the sky was a great idea. You're seeing her be more of a playmaker. Shout out to Angel Reese for making those improvements. And you gotta love to see improvements from players because she was catching a lot of heat, even for me. And you can say, like, oh, well, why would you say all that? You're hating. No. At the time of those recordings, this is how she was playing, and this is how we're going to react to the play of Angel Reese. Ever since then, she's been great. The shooting percentage that Angel Reese is putting up over her last 8 games, 52.7% from the field. True shooting percentage, 58.9 shooting percentage. Free throw percentage, 80%. She's hooping and being efficient at the same time. 19 points a game, 14.4 rebounds, 4 assists, which I love, and 1.1 steals a game. She's been on a tear. And if she keeps this up, we got to change the conversation. I understand maybe you don't like her as a person, but as a basketball player, she is playing really well right now. And if that continues, regardless of win-loss record, because that's based on roster construction, Angel Reese is playing some fantastic basketball. So we can change conversation about, can Angel Reese eventually be the number one option on the Chicago Sky? Because if you're putting up 19 points a night, we got to talk about it. That's great numbers. We can have the conversation about the Fee Colliers, the Caitlin Clarks, but let's also give some respect to Angel Reese. She started out really slow. I know she's a trash talker. She talks a lot in games. You might not like that about her, but as a basketball player, she has been awesome. I'm not going to say she's better than Caitlin Clark. I've seen some of those conversations going on because Caitlin Clark has not been shooting well from the field. But again, we have to see if Caitlin Clark gets healthier. I know she has that groin injury and she might have re-aggravated it tonight against the Connecticut Sun. However, we shall see if this continues. It's a good sample size, though. I don't want to run away from these conversations. Again, you could have an opinion about the basketball player at that time, and then if their resume gets updated, you got to give them props. Now, will the Sky make the playoffs? I don't know. Right now, they're 7-14. The way things are looking, I don't know. They can still make a push in the second half of the season, and if Angel Reese is leading the charge, then that's going to be impressive. Now, the upcoming schedule, they've got the Dream, they've got Minnesota after the All-Star break, Seattle, Indiana. That game against Indiana is going to be fun. Hopefully, Caitlin Clark is healthy and she benefits from the rest, and she's playing better and shooting better from the field. Her playmaking's been fine. Defensively, she's looked pretty good over the last few games. But at the same time, Angel Reese has been hooping. And you get a W against one of the rookies from the same class of last year, it's going to be talked about. But I'm curious to see how that game goes. I'm excited for it because Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, it's a good narrative. You know, the NBA and WNBA are more individual focused, and you need these stars in these games. I hope Clark can play because it generates conversations and it's a lot of fun to me. So shout out to Angel Reese. She's been really good with her playmaking. Now, I'm very curious to see if there's going to be a defensive scheme out there which decides, you know what, let's play up on Angel Reese and see if she can handle that ball pressure. Because you don't see a lot of that from the big women out there who are more accustomed to guarding the post. If they throw a wing or a perimeter player out on Angel Reese and switch off that, I wonder how she is going to handle that ball pressure. So we'll see if there's any type of adjustment from coaches if they try to implement that type of strategy and if she can handle it. If she can, awesome. But if she can't, then we definitely need to have those conversations. But at this point in the regular season, she's definitely turned things around. And you look at the leading scores. I know she isn't always leading them in scoring, but you see 1, 2, 3. So 3 games she's led them in scoring since June 22nd. That's where she really turned things around. But the rebounding, fantastic. She's a great rebounder. There's no doubt about it. But I love the fact she's shooting much better from the field. She is being more decisive with the ball. And that's all I ever wanted from Angel Reese is to make better choices when they're doubling her or she's crashing the glass. I'm not going to say she's better than Caitlin Clark. And people are saying that, oh, you got to apologize for what you said about the time for your comments on Angel Reese. No, it's an opinion. and you're reacting to how they're playing. You wouldn't do the same thing if it was Caitlin Clark. You're gonna like you see it all the time. They're like, "Oh, Caitlin Clark is trash now, and that she's not that good of a player." Keep the same energy. If you're gonna criticize someone when they're playing bad, but you can't do it for your favorite player, that's being inconsistent. At the end of the day, that's just not cool. But I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Angel Reese has been fantastic. I know they're 7-14. The roster isn't as good as last year. If they can make a playoff push and maybe get to the 8th seed after the All Star break, they deserve credit, and so does Angel Reese. But we're going to see what happens. Again, I like this because we can talk about Angel Reese's play and that she's shooting better from the field, and it creates those conversations about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. I don't think she's better than Caitlin Clark. I know people are trying to push that on Twitter. I'm like, relax. She's having some good games, but let's see how it all plays out. I know some people don't like Angel Reese because she talks a lot of trash. She barks at some fans, and I think it's good. We need a villain type of player in the WNBA, and if Angel Reese embraces that, it's good for the league. Regardless if you like her or don't like her, that's going to help generate more views and help the WNBA grow. Shout out to Angel Reese. Keep hooping. If you're a fan of her, keep supporting her. If you've been supporting her ever since the struggles, that's a real fan in my opinion, especially when they're going through the mud. And if you're a Caitlin Clark fan, stay supportive. I know Caitlin Clark hasn't been shooting that well from the field. Here's something interesting that Angel Reese now leads the Sky in points. So as of today, whether you like this or not, she's their number one option. I know that might sound controversial, but here are the numbers. Might not like that, but I want to keep things consistent. So shout out to Angel Reese. I'd love to hear your thoughts about how she's been playing this year and how she's turned her season around. And are you excited for her play going forward? And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.